Welcome to Wales.
In 1969, Prince Charles was about to turn 21, and was to be bestowed the title Prince of Wales. According to old tradition, the coronation ceremony required lavish ceremonies, troops, salutes, and fleets. Everything was essential. The problem was that, historically, Wales had been forcibly occupied by Britain, so the locals were not optimistic about the coronation. Furthermore, the idea of a grand display, and the use of military force, was clearly a recipe for unrest. Prime Minister Wilson, realizing the thorny situation, immediately approached Queen Elizabeth, and suggested a smarter strategy. His proposal was to have Charles temporarily leave Cambridge, and move to Wales, where he could learn the local language beforehand, and then give a speech entirely in Welsh, projecting the image of a local prince, and thus building rapport with the public.
To be more sensitive, inclusive.
However, Charles was reluctant. He had just been chosen by his university for a promising role, and did not want to leave Cambridge. Elizabeth offered him no room for negotiation. She carefully explained the gravity of the matter, and ultimately made the final decision. He must go. With no other choice, Charles set off. Meanwhile, in Wales, rumors of the prince's arrival had already reached the fore. The local government acted swiftly, approaching Professor Ward of Aberystwyth University, and asking him to serve as Charles's language tutor. However, Professor Ward was a nationalist, deeply unimpressed by the British establishment, let alone the idea of teaching a member of the royal family. He vehemently rejected the offer.
It would violate every belief in my body.
But some things in this world aren't about willingness or unwillingness. You simply have no choice but to accept this hardship. The next day, Prince Charles arrived in a special car, but was greeted not by applause and flowers, but by waves of protesters on the streets. They held high banners, chanted independence slogans, and passionately shouted, "Get the prince out of Wales!"